Justice Obiora Egwatu has rescued himself from two cases filed by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission against the former Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami. Hi. Welcome to What's Happening. These are our top 10 stories countdown today. At number 10, in a vote that GOP leaders fought hard to avoid, a half-dozen Republicans sent a blunt message to President Donald Trump that they do not support the tariff regime that he has made the centerpiece of his second term. 6 Republicans joined with Democrats in the vote to effectively repeal the president's tariffs on Canada, the culmination of months of consternation in the GOP over the president's trade war that has quietly rattled even some of his stout-chest loyalists in Congress. The vote provoked a threat from Trump, who took to Truth Social to warn of consequences for any Republican who votes against his tariffs, including primary challenges. At number 9, Thomas Tuchel has signed a new contract that will see him remain head coach of the England national football team through to the end of Euro 2028 in the UK and Ireland, the Football Association announced on Thursday. Tuchel was confirmed as the successor to Gareth Southgate in October 2024 and has overseen an unbeaten qualification run to this year's World Cup in North America, with England winning all 8 group games under the German boss. At number 8, members of the National Union of Food, Beverage and Tobacco Employees are currently occupying the NAFDAC office complex in Isolo, Lagos, to protest the agency's refusal to comply with alleged federal government's directive to suspend enforcement of the ban on the production and sale of alcoholic beverages in sachets. The union is calling on NAFDAC to unseal production lines that were shut down, citing a directive allegedly issued by the Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation and the Office of National Security Advisor. At number 7, the Kwankwaso movement has formally rejected a move by 5 United States lawmakers to blacklist its leaders, Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, over alleged severe religious freedom violations in Nigeria. In a swift reaction on Thursday, the movement described the inclusion of the former Kano State governor's name as unfounded and politically motivated, demanding its immediate removal from the proposed legislation. At number 6, Justice Obiora Egwatu on Thursday stepped aside from presiding over the Federal High Court asset forfeiture suit involving a former Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami's son, and 2 others, citing personal reasons. Egwatu told the court he could no longer continue with the matter shortly after counsel for the parties announced their appearances. The judge directed that the case file be sent to the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court for reassignment. At number 5, residents of Ojokoro Local Council Development Area of Lagos State are set to participate in the state's government Eco-Circulate Waste to Value initiative as part of effort to strengthen grassroots engagement in the circular economy and improve environmental sustainability. The Office of the Special Advisor to the Governor on Climate Change and Circular Economy disclosed this in a statement made available to the Punch on Thursday, announcing that the Eco-Circulate project train would arrive in Ojokoro on February 28, 2026 for a one-day community activation. At number 4, a motorist was killed on Thursday morning while his wife was critically injured after a granite-laden truck toppled onto the Toyota Saloon car at Eleko Junction along the Lekki-Aja Expressway, Lagos State. This was contained in a statement signed by the Director, Public Affairs and Enlightenment Department of LASMA, Adebayo Taufik. LASMA said the impact caused the truck to overturn and crush the smaller vehicle, trapping the driver inside the wreckage. At number 3, the Kwara State Environmental Protection Agency has warned food processors, gari production centers, and street food vendors across the state to comply with strict hygiene and waste management standards or face sanctions as part of efforts to curb the spread of Lassa fever. In a statement issued by its press secretary Aliyu Jamiu Amode, the agency expressed concern over environmental practices that could heighten the risk of the viral disease. The general manager of Kwepa, Jide Aina, noted that Lassa fever is commonly transmitted through contact with infected rodents or the consumption of food contaminated by rodents' urine or droppings. At number 2, Vice President Kashim Shettima has departed Abuja for Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, to represent President Bola Tinubu at the 2026 African Union Summit. A statement by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Communications, Stanley Nkwocha, says while in Addis Ababa, the Vice President will join other African leaders at the 39th Ordinary Session of the Assembly of AU, Heads of State and Government, as well as the 30th General Assembly, scheduled to hold on February 14th and 15th, 2026, respectively. At number 1, Justice Obiora Egwatu has rescued himself from 2 cases filed by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission against the former Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami. Justice Egwatu, who was recently reassigned the case by Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, Justice John Tuchel, said he decided to withdraw for personal reasons and in the interest of justice. That's all for today. See you next time on What's Happening.